Wait, are you kidding me? Chicago Mopar bought a Ferrari? What the? Hey, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Haven't seen you in a while, haven't made any videos in a while, but I am back and hope to start picking up my pace a little bit. So a little bit's changed since last time. Yes, it is true, Chicago Mopar bought a Ferrari 458, and so it's obviously not in the Mopar family. I've got the Viper, I've got the Demon, some of my other cars, the Trackhawk's not here, and our Ram, which is my daily driver, is right there. So love that truck, that's my daily driver, but ended up buying another car, I did, and I will say one thing in common with at least the three cars that I have, the Demon, the Ferrari, and the Dodge Viper, are that all three of those cars are no longer made. Different people have different opinions, but speculation is that they will at least hold their value. Arguably, some of them could even go up in value over time. I don't pretend to be one of those guys who buys a car expecting it to be an investment and appreciate, but if it doesn't lose money, I think that's a total plus. If I can drive it for a year, maybe longer, and get out of it and not lose too much, I think that's a win. So that's really my plan with the cars, and who knows, 2-3 years from now there'll probably be something else that I'm interested in, maybe even sooner. So, but I am pretty much done for now, I think. I've said that before. As you'll see, the garage is pretty much full. So I've got, right now I've got the two red cars on that side, and I've got the Viper on this side. I'm going to be doing some reconfiguring today to get the Demon off the top. The Demons just really shouldn't be up there. It's the heaviest car I've got, and I've got it up on top, but that was just so I had the ability to get the Ferrari and the Viper up quickly. But I'll probably be moving that over to the other side, over here, and then maybe putting the Viper either on the bottom or the top over here. So still working on that. I just got this lift in, loving it. I've still got to make a few adjustments to it, but it's working great. And yeah, so there's the Ferrari. Yesterday I got the windows tinted. Eventually I'm sure I'll do a full-blown driving review of the car, but let's take a second, let's pull it out, and I'll just give you a quick walk around and tell you what's special about this car. So hang on one sec. Okay, so a little bit of a windy day, but hopefully this wind sock knocks the noise out. But here is the car, and it is a 2012 Ferrari 458 Italia. For those of you that are familiar with them, for those of you that are not, I'll share a little bit with you. But this car is not just a 458 Italia. It has got so much special stuff on it that folks who know Ferraris will absolutely know. The guy that I bought this car from, if you follow cars and rallies, he actually owns all kinds of cars, one of the nicest guys, and went up to his house and checked it out. Follow him on Instagram. Team Loan Sharks is his Instagram name, and if you may already follow him, he actually did GOLDRUSH Rally. He's done it numerous times. He was the guy, if you follow GOLDRUSH, who last year did he did it in a 488, a red 488 that's similar looking. And then he also had a G-Wagon with $8 million on the roof of the G-Wagon. Go look that out, it's crazy. But the guy spends a lot of, he's meticulous about his vehicles, and he does some crazy upgrades. This Ferrari over a standard 2012 Ferrari, what you might just pick off Auto Trader or some other site, probably has $100,000 in upgrades, some of which you can see, some of which you can't. And so obviously when you buy a vehicle in from a private party or just in the aftermarket, you usually don't get what you put into it in terms of those upgrade parts, sometimes 10 to 20 cents on the dollar. And I really got a great deal on the car without all of that stuff. You add in all these extras and it really just makes it such a awesome deal for me. So start off, so the car's got upgraded Novitec tires and wheels all the way around, and you can look those up yourself in terms of what those are worth, but But Novitec, most of the car is done in Novitec. It's got a Novitec exhaust on it that's valued MSRP at around $45,000. It's made out of Inconel. I might be pronouncing that wrong, but it's a metal that is apparently lighter than titanium but stronger than titanium, and it's one of those things that you can't see on the car, but it's, you know, it's kind of a splurge item in terms of the exhaust and really, you know, going all out with the car. The car has all kinds of additional carbon treatments that did not come with the car. So inside the car, I'll show you some of that carbon in a few minutes, but there's a carbon spoiler on the back, which some may like, some may not. I actually love it. I think it really makes this car different. It doesn't really get in the way in terms of the view when you're inside the car. And you know, Novitec, different from just some other aftermarket producer of accessories, they actually wind tunnel test this stuff, and it's been proven to enhance the performance of the car, which is great. Those of you that don't know Novitec, again, is not just some go online, find it accessory type maker for Ferraris. They're actually they're one of the top tuners and top providers of parts and accessories for Ferrari. So some of the extras here, you got carbon side skirts. The guy gave me about 6 boxes worth of takeoff parts, things that were stock on the car, so I could return the car to stock if I wanted to. This whole carbon piece in the front, you might see a little bit of the wrap there. The car's got a wrap, the little carbon winglets that actually serve a purpose. They're in when you're going fast, you'll notice that these flex, they actually have a they actually are part of the kind of the air channeling and the performance of the car. Got a couple, you'll see, I'll show you this in a minute, but a couple laser diffusers for the built-in system. Car's a little dirty, apologize, did a rally this weekend, so the car's a little dirty. Carbon all the way around, all these little carbon accent pieces. Again, as we talked about, you'll notice he put this stripe on it. You'll see this on some other Novitec cars, but I like it. Some will, some won't. If you buy one, you can choose to put one on your car or not. As I mentioned, we tinted the windows yesterday. Didn't go too dark, but I've had them too dark in the past, and then you can't see. It kind of impedes night driving, and I didn't want that. Show you the engine here in a second. Let's check that out. So inside the engine compartment, or the engine bay, more Novitec. So there's a Novitec air box, and again, I've got all the original parts for that as well. The beautiful Ferrari engines. So part of the reason people say, or some do at least, that these cars may hold their value more is because this is the last naturally aspirated Ferrari that they've made, at least so far. Maybe they make something again someday, but they're saying that this one could actually, you know, really be a collectible at some point, and time will tell. Again, if you have an opinion on that, leave it in the comments. No offense taken. Again, I didn't buy it necessarily hoping this thing's going to appreciate dramatically. I buy it to drive it and have fun. But if it holds value, that's awesome. But again, naturally aspirated. It's around 600 horsepower today, but that's with a stage 1 exhaust that's put out, excuse me, that's with a stage 1 tune that's put on the car, a Novitec tune, as well as with the exhaust. The stock horsepower is around 560, but with the mods that are made to the car, it gets it to around 600, a little over 600 actually. So haven't dynoed the car, but at least that's what I'm told, and I believe it as I drive it. So let's take a look inside real quick. So inside the car, you'll see, you know, if you've ever been in a Ferrari, you'll know that a lot of these things are pretty special. So there are carbon door panels that go all the way back and actually connect to the back behind the seat here. Carbon throughout the entire dash area, throughout the entire center console area as well. These are the racing carbon seats, probably tough to see, but this is carbon back here behind the seats. These were an upgrade as well. And carbon again throughout the center console. Custom floor mats. Got my USB cord down there, but custom floor mats as well. And you know, again, we'll do a video soon of kind of driving the car and the performance of the car, playing around with some of the various modes of the car. Sorry for the focus there. then behind us we have the engine compartment. Beautiful, and obviously the sound is great, but you know, I've driven this car a little bit. The exhaust that's in here really makes this car sound like an F1 race car. It's absolutely unbelievable. But I think that's it for the most part. Here you go, you can see, you know, Novitec on the exhaust, more carbon in the back, carbon diffuser, more of the diffusers for the lasers. Forgot to show you that on the inside. So here is the built-in radar laser detector, which is pretty cool. Let me start this real quick. So maybe tough to hear me, but that is the built-in radar detector, which is in an awesome location. And this is the mute and the other controls for it down here, which is great. And carbon paddle shifters as well, so when you want to kind of drive it in manual mode, you've got that as well. But it's a very awesome car. It's telling me the rear window is open, which we know. And again, very special car. I am not, you know, not planning at this point of getting rid of any of the Mopars. We'll see as time goes on. Right now these do fit in the garage, so the plan is to keep them. Again, I think they're all special cars. You know, we'll see how things go with Demon values and Viper values as well. So, you know, love the Viper. Gorgeous blue color, kind of a unique car. You really just don't see many of them. You know, the drive in this and the Ferrari are similar in some ways, but very different in other ways. This is a manual car, so it's, you know, it's a very interactive driving experience, a lot of motion, you're shifting but different, a lot of downforce with this car. The acceleration on the Ferrari is ridiculous, and the Demon, obviously a bigger car. Some people say get rid of the Demon, but you know, for us it's kind of the family Saturday night dinner car. You know, it's a 4-seater, so if we've got more people going to a car show, it's nice for that, and it's just a wicked fast car. I actually love the car, so I've made a few videos with the car. If you haven't seen those, go check those out, and really happy with it. But that's it for now. Just wanted to give you an update. Don't plan on changing the name or anything like that. It's Chicago Mopar and one Ferrari, but not going to rename the channel or anything like that right now. We'll see as time goes on. But thanks for visiting the channel. Appreciate it. If it's your first time here, please consider hitting the subscribe button and the bell so you get alerts on future videos. Please take a minute to comment below. Let me know what you think. And thanks. We'll see you out there. Take care.